नमस्कार, आप देख रहे हैं CNBC आवाज और यह है आवाज अड्डा। नए साल में कश्मीर के मामले को नए नजरिए से समझने की जरूरत है। पिछले दिनों प्रधानमंत्री नरेंद्र मोदी ने अचानक लाहौर जाकर एक नई उम्मीद जताई है कि स्टेट्समैन जो है वो क्रिएटिव आइडियाज ढूंढ सकते हैं। लेकिन इधर कश्मीर का एक मसला है, वो ये है कि हाईकोर्ट के एक फैसले के बाद ये कि झंडा और आर्टिकल उस पर दोबारा विचार किया जाए, ये मामला गर्म हुआ। सिंगल बेंच ने कहा कि राज्य की इमारतों और गाड़ियों पर राज्य का भी झंडा इक्वली लगना चाहिए जैसे तिरंगा लगता है। हालांकि आज बड़ी बेंच ने उस आदेश पर रोक लगा दी है और ये राहत की बात है। लेकिन ये विवाद यहीं खत्म हो जाए इसकी कोई गारंटी नहीं है। जब से PDP और BJP की सरकार आई है तो कभी बीफ तो कभी झंडा, कुछ न कुछ नए विवाद खड़े होते रहते हैं। सवाल यह है कि राजनीतिक दलों का इस पर क्या नजरिया है। क्या वे विवाद को और भड़काएंगे या मामले को सुलझाने की गंभीर कोशिश होगी? इन्हीं मुद्दों पर आज आवाज अड्डा में हम चर्चा कर रहे हैं। मेहमानों का एक बेहद खास पैनल हमारे साथ है। खास तौर पर आज नए साल की शुरुआत होते हुए भी आग्रह करने के बाद वरिष्ठ अधिवक्ता राम जेठमलानी ने वक्त निकाला है हमारे लिए। स्वागत है सर आपका। सर, सवाल आपसे यही है कि 50 साल पुराने मुद्दे, कभी बीफ और कभी झंडा, उठाया जा रहा है। अच्छा हुआ कि आज डिवीजन बेंच ने उस पर स्टे लगा दिया और इस तरह के मुद्दे जो हैं कश्मीर जैसे नाजुक विषय पे माहौल को और बिगाड़ते हैं। कैसे ये तय करें, कैसे ये आप बताएं कि इस साल सरकार को जैसे पाकिस्तान पर वो फोकस कर रही है उसी तरीके से कश्मीर पर यूं फोकस करे कि हिंदुस्तानियत जो है वो कश्मीरियत का दिल जीते, न कि यहां से दिल टूटने की शुरुआत हो। जेठमलानी साहब।
अरे भैया, मैं पहले माफी चाहता हूं कि जो मुझे ख्यालात आपके सामने रखना है या देश के सामने रखना है, आई फील अ लिटिल डेफिशिएंट इन यूजिंग हिंदी बिकॉज आई प्रेफर द प्रिसीजन ऑफ द इंग्लिश लैंग्वेज। सो मैं माफी चाहता हूं कि बार बार मैं इंग्लिश में बोलूंगा और मेरे रीत जो आपके सुनने वाले हैं वो मुझे माफ करेंगे। First of all, I want to tell you that the Kashmir problem has been solved more than 4 times. But our incompetent politicians have not understood what has already been achieved. And I mean no disrespect to anybody. Today I am saying something which I hope with some kind of gratitude and some kind of humility our politicians in power, at least today, including the Prime Minister of this India, who does not understand the Kashmir problem at all. And according to me, he is as ignorant as anybody else. Now, I want to tell you something, that the Kashmir problem has been solved more than 4 times. First, let me tell you that there is a concept in constitutional law called the concept of paramountcy. Paramountcy are the bundle of rights which the British Crown enjoyed over the states of India.
Yeah.
It is an undefined power. It depended upon the power of the imperial power. And to the question how far our princes were prepared to submit to that kind of serfdom. Now this whole bundle of rights called paramountcy, the first question that arose in India was that if हिंदुस्तान अगर आजाद होता है तो इस पैरामाउंसी के जो अधिकार हैं, जो ब्रिटिश क्राउन का हक है, वो उसके बारे में क्या होगा? जी। Now I must tell you what happened today in the history of India, and please don't disturb me because nobody has understood this, including our so-called politicians in power. First of all, the question arose, to whom shall the paramountcy which the British government, the British Crown enjoyed in these states of India, 500 and odd, to whom will it go on independence? The Pakistan authorities, the Muslim League, in other words, which was fighting for the creation of Pakistan, had their eye on the state of Hyderabad, a Hindu-dominated state in which they wanted, because there was a Muslim ruler, the Nizam, that they thought that they will be able to get Hyderabad in their control. Ji. Now, on the other hand, the Indian politicians, they all said that paramountcy must go back to the people of India. This was objected to by the Muslim politicians, and the Muslim politicians won. And the Independence Act was passed on the footing that paramountcy will rest in the ruler of the state.
जी.
Now I want my Pakistani friends, you know I am a great lover of Pakistan. I am a passionate believer that Pakistan and India must become friends.
जी.
I have got friends in Pakistan who unfortunately today are not able to speak up their mind. I will just mention to them in a few minutes.
जी.
Look, we said paramountcy must rest in the people.
जी.
But Pakistan had its eye only on the Nizam of Hyderabad because they thought that the Nizam is with us and we will get Hyderabad. They did not think of Kashmir. Then, when the Independence Act came into force, believe you me, the poor Maharaja of Kashmir was entering into standstill agreements with both India and Pakistan because he could not make up his mind where to go.
जी.
And at that time, Pakistan did the biggest fraud on the people of the world, including India. They concealed their armed forces soldiers into tribals, and the tribals marched through Kashmir, and they were almost reached the gates of Srinagar, and all were pretending to be tribals.
Yes, sir.
They did not want to tell the people that these are army people of Pakistan who are trying to perpetrate this fraud on the people of India and the people of the world. It is at that time that the Kashmir Maharaja signed the instrument of accession, under which defense, foreign affairs, currency and so on were ceded to India.
जी.
This is a punishment for Pakistan's fraud, because Pakistan wanted the Nizam, ultimately a Hindu majority state, to accede to them.
जी.
And it became a kind of revenge on them that the Maharaja acceded to the Indian government, and the Indian army was brave enough to go into Kashmir, and they got the raiders back, and they got them back to the borders of what is present Kashmir. And at that time, Nehru, and I speak because the man is dead, therefore I speak of him with respect, but the man was an idiot. He entered into an armistice agreement.
जी.
And whatever remained in the hands of Pakistan,
Sir, with your
which had
permission,
been conquered by the raiders, the tribals, so-called tribals, and that remained there, and we had what we presently have today in our possession. And mind you, the Pakistan government failed in their first attempt to get Pakistan, to get Kashmir by force.
right?
Minister Nehru was a fool that he went to the United Nations.
जी.
But even the United Nations had more sense than Nehru had. All that they said was that if you want, we are prepared to have a plebiscite, but the plebiscite will take place after the last intruder who has come into Jammu and Kashmir must get out, and the plebiscite will be held under the Indian flag when we are satisfied that there is no tribal or an army man from Pakistan who is trying to say that he is a Kashmiri. Pakistan never fulfilled that promise.
Sir.
Now, मैं आपको एक और दूसरी बात भी बताना चाहता हूँ,
Sir.
जो हमारे पॉलिटिशियंस को भी मालूम नहीं है कि हमारे पॉलिटिशियंस वो हैं जो भी इन्फ्लुएंस पे बने हैं बड़े हमारे लीडर्स आजकल.
Yes, sir.
Pakistan did not carry out this agreement. Nehru went to the United Nations. United Nations कहा कि plebiscite करना है तो it has to be under the Indian flag.
Yes, sir.
After all the intruders have gone back. Didn't happen. We waited till 1965. Now I want the people of the world to know, and I want your viewers to know, that from 1951 to 1956, the Constituent Assembly of Jammu and Kashmir was drafting the constitution of independent Kashmir. they adopted some provisions of the Indian Constitution and made it a part of the Kashmir Constitution. We have not imposed Indian Constitution upon Jammu and Kashmir. Every state in India, our Constitution has been framed by the Constituent Assembly of India.
Yes, sir.
But the only state in India, which is Jammu and Kashmir, their Constitution has been framed by the Constituent Assembly of Jammu and Kashmir. For 5 years, this Constituent Assembly was working. And Pakistan did not have the courage to say a word during those 5 or 6 years, because Pakistan knew that Kashmir was with India, and while he was alive, they will not be able to get 1 square inch. The only thing which they have got from India is that portion of Jammu and Kashmir which that idiotic fool called Nehru gave to them under the Armistice Agreement, which we today call the POK. In 1965,
sir, with your permission,
another attack on India. And I think it was Ayub who was their man. I forget who it was, but I don't care to remember.
Sir, with your permission.
But they started a war of aggression against India.
Sir.
Fortunately, India won. Pakistan lost. And this conflict का settlement हुआ कहाँ? In the Soviet Union. Tashkent Declaration. Tashkent Declaration, मेरे politicians हैं, Nehru.
Sir, with your permission, आपको 1 सेकंड के लिए रोकना चाहूंगा.
Foreign Minister ने नहीं पढ़ा है. सब idiots बैठे हैं, जिसके लिए मेरे को इतना गुस्सा है कि मैं समझता हूँ कि they are not fit to rule this country.
Sir, आपने बहुत ही बढ़िया से.
Please understand this and let the people of this country know that our rulers are incompetent. They are not able to defend India's case in Jammu and Kashmir.
Sir,
there are 2 main provisions.
Sir,
that neither party will disturb the present status quo by force, by terrorism, by war or violence.
Sir, आपकी इजाजत से 1 मिनट के लिए आपको रोकना चाहूंगा मैं यहाँ.
The second clause is that neither party will even carry on any propaganda for changing it. The Kashmir problem has been solved.
And he is giving a lecture
after Pakistan's aggression.
He has to listen to others also.
Yes, sir.
Today I want India to tell Pakistan that the Kashmir problem is no longer alive. India has not framed the constitution of Jammu and Kashmir. We have not forced anything on them. Their Constituent Assembly has framed the constitution, which is binding. They have adopted some provisions of India's constitution and made it a part of the Jammu and Kashmir constitution.
बिल्कुल सर, आपने अपनी बात बहुत अच्छे से समझाई सर. आपने अपनी बात बहुत अच्छे से समझाई. और चूंकि इस इशू के बारे में आप बहुत स्ट्रांगली
uneducated politicians whom you have put in power.
सर, आप सर इस इशू के बारे में बहुत स्ट्रांगली महसूस करते हैं, इसीलिए हम चाहते थे कि बहुत ही गंभीरता से आप अपनी बात रख दें. सर, अब आपसे मैं इजाजत चाहूंगा.
Let me finish. I want to take 2 more minutes. Lal Bahadur Shastri was the greatest Indian Prime Minister that we have ever produced. He produced the Tashkent Declaration.
Yes, sir.
After that, Indira Gandhi came in power. And at that time, Pakistan could not retain even Bangladesh. What right have they to claim Kashmir?
बिल्कुल सर.
I have entered into a complete settlement with all the Hurriyat leaders.
बिल्कुल सर.
Moderate leaders.
आपने
I am not talking about Mr.
आपने दरअसल इस बातचीत को आज जो हम बहस कर रहे हैं उसको
near death and he will soon go, but all his executive committee will ultimately support Ram Jethmalani.
सर, आपने अपनी बात बहुत गंभीरता से बहुत जोर से रखी है.
That all solutions of Kashmir shall be acceptable to both Jammu, Ladakh
and Valley. बिल्कुल सर. सर, आपने आज की हमारी डिबेट जो हम दूसरे मेहमानों के साथ करना चाहते हैं उसके लिए बहुत सारे अच्छे इनपुट, बहुत सारे सवाल और बहुत सारे चैलेंजेस छोड़े हैं. आपने वक्त निकाला.
This is the most vital problem and I don't even know whom you have invited to share this debate with me. I don't even wish to sit here and watch what they have to say. I am so cut up by the incompetence of our present government.
सर, आपने अपनी बात रखी. आपका बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया.
Worse than the previous government.
सर, आपका बहुत शुक्रिया.